currently owned and self-managed by a guy who is not a professional investor in any way. I believe at some point he was living there, and then I believe at some point he tried to put tenants in there, and it's just kind of been chilling vacant ever since, right? He owes a little bit of back taxes, okay? And that's why this property is coming to you at such a cheap price, right? He just wants to get rid of it, right? So his loss is going to be your gain. Welcome to the Investment Properties for Sale Show, folks. Thing is selling at or above list. We are going to provide you guys with complete transparency and education. We take you to the video tour of HoltonWise TV, giving it to you straight. Sometimes you really need a good property manager to like reel in the investment and get things going, right? Because everybody that owns a property, they don't necessarily treat it the way it's supposed to be treated, run the business the way it's supposed to be ran. But, folks, that is why if you know what you're doing, you hire the right team, and you work with the right people, you make a ton of money in this industry, right? Because a lot of people get into this business, and they don't know what they're doing, right? Check this out. 1532 Nebraska. Now, this is coming to you at $44,999, okay? This is a property that was currently owned and self-managed by a guy who is not a professional investor in any way. I believe at some point he was living there, and then I believe at some point he tried to put tenants in there, and it's just kind of been chilling vacant ever since, right? He owes a little bit of back taxes, okay? And that's why this property is coming to you at such a cheap price, right? He just wants to get rid of it, right? So his loss is going to be your gain, okay? Now, it's not necessarily going to be the easiest, like, thing in the world, right? I don't have, like, a million pieces of information to give you, and he's not a quote unquote salesman, right? He's not really in the business, so he's a little difficult to work with. When I sent my team out there, we had set up a time to meet with him and get a full tour and get the keys to the property so we could provide the keys to you guys, and he didn't make it, okay? He didn't make the time. But he says when you want to see the property, if you would like to see the inside of the property, he will be more than happy to meet with you. But he also said that to us, and then, he said one thing, but then he did another, right? So if you'd like to get inside before you make your offer, which makes a lot of sense, I will be able to give you his contact info, and he says he's more than willing to give you a tour. But, again, he's kind of difficult. Newsflash, just so you guys are aware. That's the game. When you guys want to buy these incredibly discounted properties, right, like properties like this, okay, you want to buy a property that you need to do a little bit of rehab and you're going to be able to get a Section 810 in there for $1,300, you're probably going to be dealing with some difficult sellers, right? People always talk about buying with equity, buying at a discount. Well, this is what it looks like. You're probably going to have to chase this guy around for a little while to get inside of that property to get all the information. But that's okay. If you get through that, that's the work. That's the skill. That's what we do. That's what us as investors have to do. You have to chase people that are not the easiest to work with. You have to chase them down to be able to buy their properties at deeply discounted prices, right? Like you take somebody like me, okay? I'm a professional. I've sold over $200 million worth of real estate, okay? I know what I'm doing. Do you think I ever am going to own a property and then I would sell it to someone for less than it's worth? Would I ever sell something I own for 70 cents on the dollar? No, of fucking course not. I wouldn't trade you a fucking dollar for 3/4. Why would I do that? I am a professional, okay? This is my business. This is what I do. So anybody who's like a professional and is pitching you properties saying they're selling with equity, don't really think they are, folks, because if they're a professional and they're making the transaction easy for you, they're making a nice marketing package and they're reaching out to you, they're not chasing you down to give you a dollar for your 3/4. No. That's not what it really looks like. What it really looks like is people like this guy who are pretty difficult to work with, and you're going to have to chase him down. But that's okay, because if you can get through that work, you want to put in that work, you actually do get equity, right? Look at this neighborhood, okay? We can get the ARV of this property up towards, 90, 100K, okay? $1,300 Section 810 in there, right? You got to put in that work, but then after that, after you secure the property, you have the opportunity to create some huge equity. And then at that point, you could work with pros. You could work with professionals. Like, for example, on this particular property, it's in Toledo. Any of the deals I do in Toledo, because I'm like 2 hours away from Toledo, right? So, like, I'm not chasing this seller down again with my film crew. We're not driving out there twice for the guy. He got one chance. He didn't make it. So it's going to be up to you and him to connect, right? I'll give you his info. But when I do deals in Toledo, as far as my boots on the ground, my daily people, right? Anybody that I would want to work with, it's going to be OzRealty, okay? My guy Angelo, I've been working with him for like freaking 10 years at this point, okay? He is going to be the man on the ground. He ain't going to be able to get you in this property or deal with the seller, right? You're going to have to go through us, right? If you want to make an offer, it's sales@HoltonWise.com. If you want to get a tour of the property, reach out to us. I'll give you the contact info of the seller. And if we could get through the difficulty of transacting the deal and actually having you buy it, I assure you it'll be worth it at the end. It's going to be a little bit of work you're going to have to do, but at the end, you'll get a property for less than it's probably worth because the guy's difficult to work with. And then I'll set you up with OzRealty. I'll set you up with Angelo and his team, and they'll be able to handle the rehab for you, get it rent ready, get you a tenant, and then it'll be easy. Then it'll be hands off, okay? We can set you up for success as long as you are willing to do the work first. Send me an email, sales@HoltonWise.com. Let's go.
Piss and rain on my face. Yeah. Although, sorry, I want to grab my phone. Oh, rain camera. Pretty cool. What's the address here? 1632? Nebraska.
Dude, that one's sick.
I don't know, it's sort of...
Looks like the wall's falling off. Yeah, it's good.
garage lot next door for parking, I guess. It's like renovation work happening. Nice little garage.
Dude, there's like nothing on that car.
I feel like you filmed the neighbor's house too, probably there.
I did.
That's just all footage.
Yeah. I'm not going over there though because the doors are open.
Gotta be someone
You never know, this could be owner occupied too.
I doubt it. Look at the back door. All right, another beautiful day here in Toledo.
Old
Toledo.
I'm in this fancy place called Toledo. Like broken window?
No, the roof is newer. Oh, Jesus Christ, Christmas.
Minus that spot where it was on fire in the back.
Yeah. All right, boys.
Well, correct.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to HoltonWise TV for more financial information, education, and entertainment.